So we have another baby update for you guys. I feel like it's just getting closer and closer.
It's because it is.
It is, but I just feel like it's getting so close. But let's talk about the appointment that I went to. So Ash had to work, so I did go to the appointment by myself, which I kind of wish she was there because there's just so much information. I'm like taking it all in, but trying to understand it at the same time. It's crazy. But I'm texting her through the whole thing.
Yeah. Like step by step, I got everything. It was like I was there, but I wasn't, and it sucks.
Yeah, so I went to the appointment. They had to do some internal x-rays. So they pretty much just stick something inside of you, which was uncomfortable. So I actually had to take antibiotics a couple days before. And then you take the antibiotics up to a couple of days afterwards. So they stick something inside you, they put some iodine, which really causes bad cramping. It made me kind of feel like I was having contractions a little bit. And then you also had to take some Motrin, like, what was it, 800 milligrams?
It was 600.
600 milligrams of Motrin, I guess, to help with pain. It was uncomfortable. It really didn't feel good. They took the x-rays and that was that. I wasn't in pain or anything, so that was great. And then I sat down and talked over the x-rays. So they said that my fallopian tubes are open, so everything looks great. Like, they were pretty impressed. Like, it looks great, ready to go. All we pretty much need to do is insemination, except there was just only one thing that I had to do, and that is go for a little bit of a surgery. So I hear the surgery and automatically you think like, whoa, surgery. So that's what I was thinking in my head, like, okay. So then they start explaining, okay, this is what it looks like on the inside. They're showing me the x-rays and they said there's a little blip, which I didn't really understand what that meant. But you could see it. It was just like, here goes, well, the fallopian tubes are right there, the uterus, and there's this like little, I guess, like bubble it kind of looked like. And I'm like, okay, well, to me that doesn't mean anything. But to them, they said that although, you know, my chances of having a baby are great, like everything that they saw looks great, that's just a possibility that could stop me from getting pregnant. So just to be even safer, they want to smooth that out. So I have to go through a surgery. So I asked them what were the risks, and they said there aren't any risks. They do this every day, and they put like they go inside and they put like a vacuum and it kind of sucks it out and smooths everything out. I know, it's weird. It sounds really weird. So once that's done, then I am ready for insemination. So let's talk about this surgery. So when I set up the date, it's for the 26th, and I had to try to do it as early as possible so I could go to work. And they said it really isn't, you know, much. And I'm like thinking, okay, fine. Like, I'll just go to work afterwards. I'll work a later shift. And it doesn't sound so bad. So that's just what I'll do. Well, Ash starts asking me all these questions like, can you work? Can you drive? All this. I'm like, I don't know. So I made her call and ask all these questions. So what she found out, I don't know if you want to talk here.
So I called the office that's gonna be doing the surgery, and they said that she can't drive and she can't work for 24 hours. So she has to be there by 7 a.m. I think her surgery is, I think it's at 8 a.m.
It is.
And it's about a 2 to 3 hour surgery. she will be put under on a local, and then after the surgery, she will have to go into recovery and come out of the anesthesia, and she'll have to have somebody drive her home, and then she's pretty much like house ridden, I would assume, for 24 hours, because I don't know if there's going to be any pain afterwards, but yeah, that was my job. So I got that information.
So now let's talk about getting the day off. So if we would have made this video one day before, we would probably be like practically in tears right now. But
well, speak for yourself, because I'm already in tears.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was able to get the day off. There was an opening at work. I'm able to get the day off. So I go ahead and schedule that. But there was only one opening. So Ash couldn't get the day off. And it was like, okay, you know, Ash was feeling really upset about it because, and like, when I say really upset, like the whole day and this morning, like so upset. She really wanted to be a part of it. I mean, it is our journey, so every single part she wants to be a part of. Now, this appointment that I was at, she wasn't able to be there, but the good part, it wasn't like anything too crazy, but she still would wanted to have been there, but it just wasn't possible. But when you weigh out everything, it kind of was like one of the least important ones. So this one is a surgery, being put under, getting driven around. Like, she really wants to be there for that. And just being worried at work, is anybody going to be updating me? Like, how is she doing? And she can't really be there to do it herself, to help, or even to know what's going on. So that really, really hurt. And me, as soon as Ash starts talking about you're being put under and everything, I'm like, okay, anxiety. Which I still have that anxiety. The last time that ever happened was when I got my tonsils taken out, and I was a teenager and I really wasn't giving it much thought. But now I'm like, you know, semi-freaking out. And for Ash not to be there was kind of like, oh man, like the person who I feel most comfortable with and safest with, like, you know, she's not gonna be there. But, you know, between like the managers at work, like we were able to figure out where the same amount of people are off, but switching around schedules a little bit. So the day before my appointment, there's actually an opening at work. So the person who has off the day of my appointment agreed to switching to that day so Ash can have the day off. So I was like practically in tears when she said that she agreed to switch. Like, I was like so thankful. Like, even when I think about it now, it's just like she didn't have to do that. And she's a very nice lady, and she like just helped us out. So I made sure to tell her, like, you know, this is what's going on. So I really, you know, would appreciate it. But at the same time, like, it's her day. She doesn't have to. And I told her, if you can't, I get it. But, you know, it's really important to me. But I didn't even really have to go into detail. She was just pretty much willing to do it. So it worked out that Ash gets to be there. So now Ash doesn't have to be upset anymore about
these tears are more of a happy relief kind of thing, because you guys don't even want to know that side of me. It was terrible. And now we could just focus on me freaking out. But I'm not yet. The day of I will, I'm sure, or the night before. But yeah, so you also have an appointment on the 20th.
Yeah, so it's not so much an appointment, but they're going to be taking more blood work, and I'm not 100% what that sure what that is for. Do you know?
It's pre-op blood work for the surgery. They
Okay.
didn't tell me what they were testing for.
But it's something.
But it is something with the surgery, and it's supposed to be done beforehand. So
yeah, that is what we have. So just in case you're following the timeline and everything, just a little bit more information. After that is done, I'm all ready to have a baby. So the only thing that we need to do left, which is what we're working on now, what we're going to start working on, is getting a sperm donor. So we have the sperm bank we want to work with, and we just need to have the sperm donor. We need to pick it out. We're going to do like a primary and a secondary. That way we have a backup just in case. And,
Cha-ching.
And,
Cha-ching.
and once we have that, we just pretty much wait for my ovulation, and they tell me, like, you need to come in today. And we're going to inseminate. But we were talking about it, and we're not 100% sure yet. It all depends on, like, what the doctors feel is the best timing for us. But what we really want to do is try to inseminate in, like, December, so that the chances of having a baby in September is higher. We're really trying not to do anything in November because we have too many August babies.
Too many.
Too many August babies.
We have one on the way in the family.
We have Bella. We
Plus
have
Bella and
Ebony's
Nala.
daughter, Nala.
We can't do no more August babies. I have my 2 prior children that are winter babies, and it sucks. And if your birthday's in the winter, like yours is, you know that you can't do anything. And for a child, you know, I want to plan a party outside. You know, Bella, she's still in that weather stage where you can, so that's great. And I want our baby to have that. So we talked about it. We you know, wait out a few months that we aren't having a baby because there's months that are off limits. And then, you know, there's a very small selection of months.
And we also don't, if we're kind of thinking about, you know, we want to make sure to do it this year. So we don't have that much time. And in order, like, if we wanted a baby in, like, July, then we would have to inseminate in, like, October. So we can probably pull that off. But I do also have the cruise that we're going on. And I just don't want to take any chances. I do want to have fun on the cruise, but most importantly, I don't want to take any chances with the baby, like going to another country.
Absolutely. This baby's going to be too expensive. There's no chances being taken at all. Her ass will be sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing.
I'll be in the cruise ship, like, just like sitting in the room. You cannot move this room. I'll be back.
Even when she's home, that's it. Don't do the dishes. Don't do nothing. Sit there.
What if the water gives you allergies?
I'll get you bottled. We're gonna get the best bottled water ever. Like, no joke. This is some serious shit.
It's gonna be like gold flakes in the water.
We are paying hella money for this. This is not just we wrestled around in the sack and made a baby and we could just, you know, do whatever. No, this is thousands of dollars and you're not lifting a finger. No.
So that's why we're thinking, like, probably December. So we'll try to make that happen. It's also dependent on my ovulation and perfect timing. So just to let you all know that we're not going to be doing it in, like, the next month. It's probably going to be about December because we still have to get the sperm and have that ready. And then after that, get inseminated. But that's still a little bit of a process. And then, of course, like, our timeline looks like we want it for December. So yeah, it is, you know, when you think about it, such a short time though.
Yeah, it's only a few months. Because,
you know, it does take time to pick out a sperm donor, and you want to make sure that you're getting what what you want. So that would make it, what, like 6 months away?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
As ready as can be. So that is the update. The next update will be after Kel's surgery, because we won't have anything before that. So you can plan on seeing another video sometime probably beginning of July, we'll say. And we'll see what happens there. So a baby's coming soon, guys. We are a very short step away. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, well, Let's make a baby.